get a glass. Just get a glass.
New York.
Exactly. Get a glass. I know he might be dehydrated, but let's try pouring it in a glass first.
Definitely.
So I've actually been kind of following this story a little bit because this happened in my old stomping grounds of Kamloops, and I saw the story come out last July, and he was just recently hit with that penalty. But my goodness.
Well, glad we got
choice.
the update. Definitely glad
Definitely.
that we have gotten the update. If we take a live look outside right now in Richland, we're going to see, well, not milk, but we might see some rain coming up tomorrow. We've got a pretty clear day for us for this Thursday. I'll have a look at what to expect for the rest of your day. It's coming up.
Plus, the city of Yakima is asking multiple departments to trim their budgets, but public safety is bearing the brunt of the cuts. And efforts are underway to bring the first youth homeless shelter to Yakima County. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Riley, we're starting to see the sun peeking out this morning.
Yes, we are.
What can we expect for the day ahead?
For the day, well, if you're in the Tri-Cities or the Blue Mountain region, you might see a little bit of haze. It's going to be kind of hanging out around our areas. But let's take a live look outside right now in Richland. We're not quite seeing it so far, but we will be starting to see it later. Once again, happy Thursday. It's going to be a hot, a sunny, and a hazy day, but luckily we've got some overnight showers that are going to be cooling us down for our Friday. So we've got some nice conditions for us today, very similar to what we've been seeing now for a couple of days. But once again, those overnight showers, very, very exciting. We haven't seen those in quite a while. Let's take a look at our daily planner. 93 degrees in Yakima. We're not seeing most of that haze across the Yakima region, mostly sunny, maybe some clouds today. Tri-Cities is seeing that haze, 95 today, so that haze is definitely not going to be stopping any of that heat from our region. 94 for the Walla Walla area, and once again, all of that haze. Let's talk about those showers. Those are coming up in my first alert weather forecast. I'll tell you all about it coming up. But for now, Jill, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. Votes are being counted in Washington's August primary. While the primary is typically used to narrow down races for public office, this year, some voters were asked to weigh in on special issues as well. The results of the primary election are still trickling in, but so far it appears voters are set to recall 3 of the Richland School Board members. If that happens, the board can't conduct business with just 2 members present. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo sat down with the Benton County Auditor to find out what options are ahead for the school board.
Early voting numbers from the August 1st primary show Richland voters are looking to push 3 school board members out.
There are 3 positions on the ballot that were up for recall, and so when we certify the election on August 15th, they're immediately considered recalled and will no longer be in office at that time.
This is a move that has been making headlines for the past couple of years. Semi Bird, Carrie Williams, and Audra Bird were put on notice by voters and parents over school COVID restrictions. But if they are recalled, it doesn't stop them from running again. Benton County Auditor Brenda Chilton says Carrie Williams is the only candidate facing a recall and a re-election.
If she is recalled, she's immediately removed from the ballot. But currently, she's also receiving the second highest number of votes in the primary election, which means because Washington's a top 2 primary, she could potentially move on to the general election ballot and be re-elected in the general election.
One situation facing the school board right now is all of the 3 are recalled. That leaves just 2 members on the school board. A school board is legally required to have a quorum, so they need at least 3 people to conduct school board business. But Chilton says there is a possible solution.
At least 1 member is going to have to be appointed by the ESD or the Educational School District. Once they've appointed a member, then there will be a majority on the board again, and they can appoint 2 more members to fulfill just this term.
Election results are expected to be certified by August 15, and official results will be released by the Benton County Elections Division. Reporting in Richland, Anna Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
If the recall is approved, the board will be left with 2 members after August 15th, and that's when ESD 123 could appoint at least one board member, so the school board could conduct business as needed. In Yakima County, Fire District 3 is asking for a multi-year levy lid lift. Officials say they need a bigger property tax rate hike than usual in order to fund fire protection and emergency services. So far, 59% of voters are in favor and 41% are opposed. Walla Walla Fire District 2 has a similar proposal on the ballot. The latest numbers there show 61% in favor and 39% opposed. Each county has until August 15th to finish counting votes and certify the election results. You can see local primary races with numbers updated as we get them over on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. And we have a look at the Yakima City budget. The city is bracing for a shortfall and asking departments, including police, fire, and parks, to plan cuts. But that doesn't mean the entire city is in the red. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to city officials who say it's all a matter of where the money comes from.
Most of the city of Yakima's annual budget of $270 million goes to enterprise funds. If you're a Yakima resident, that includes utilities like water, where you pay for what you use and your rate increases annually to cover inflation.
The revenue being generated by those enterprise funds is enough to cover the cost of providing those services.
But since you don't pay for a fire truck or police car to come to your house or to walk through a city park or drive down a city street, those departments fall under the general fund.
Three primary sources: utility tax, property tax, and sales tax. That's where we get the bulk of our general fund revenue.
But it's unpredictable because sales and utility tax revenue depends on how much people spend, and rate increases are minimal. Property tax limited to just 1% a year.
But our costs are going up 2% or 3%, or last year 9%. We're just not keeping pace. That income is not keeping pace with the rising costs.
Legally, the city can't borrow between funds, meaning not using water bill revenue to cover public safety expenses. The city does have some money put away in a reserve fund, but it's not meant for balancing the budget.
We can dip into that savings account if something completely unexpected goes wrong during a year.
In the long term, the city could try to increase utility or sales tax rates, but 5 out of 7 city council members would have to agree on it. The city could also increase property tax, but would need voter approval.
The city will provide the level of service that the community is willing to pay for, is able to pay for. And if that means the community is not willing to increase taxes to support a higher level of service, we will have smaller government. We'll have fewer programs and services.
For the city, that looks like cuts to summer park programs, fewer police officers and firefighters, and potentially the closure of a fire station on the west side of the city. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
The city is still going through the budget process to identify areas where they can make cuts in the short term, so when 2025 comes around, they won't fall short. Some of those cuts have already started. The latest effort in the establishment of a recovery center in Benton and Franklin counties. The provider that will be contracted for the crisis services is Comprehensive Healthcare, headquartered in Yakima. BJ Olson is the chair for the Benton-Franklin Behavioral Health Advisory Committee, who advises the commissioners on this project. He says while decisions are coming along, there's still a lot of work to do.
We've identified the building on Bruno Street as a location for the crisis services, and so what needs to happen is there's an architect looking at that in terms of what updates and improvements for the building to bring it up to code, but then also a design process to make sure that the facility matches what the needs are for the services. And so we're just at the very beginning of that process.
Some of the specific negotiations with Comprehensive Healthcare include what services will be provided, what those will look like, and what the extent and nature of those are. He says he's heard of it being open in as soon as 12 months and calls that ambitious. He's also heard as long as 24 months, but believes it will be somewhere in that range to get resources up and running. Rod's House broke ground yesterday on a $6.2 million project to build the first homeless shelter in Yakima County where people under 18 can stay on their own. The shelter is located at 1017 East Chestnut Avenue and will include 8 beds for youth 13 to 17 who will be able to stay there for up to a month. There will also be 10 more beds set aside for young adults 18 to 24 who can stay up to 120 days. While there, they'll have access to support for education, employment, mental health, substance use, and staff specializing in behavioral health and case management.
We are helping break the cycle to give our young people an opportunity to better their lives and give back to our community.
Rodd's House officials say the project has been in the works since 2018, and they're hoping to have the new shelter up and running in fall 2024. The Yakima Health District is holding a health fair for the Highland School District this afternoon and evening. They'll be offering sports physicals, a vaccine clinic, and mental health resources. Community Health Plan of Washington will also have people on hand to help you sign up for health insurance if you need it. That's at Highland High School today from 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock. Riley Fitzgerald returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Well, there's hot conditions for your Thursday, more haze today, but a change is coming quickly to your weather. I'll tell you all about the overnight showers we're going to be experiencing in your extended forecast coming up.
Plus, a disturbing discovery along the Rio Grande as security officials find a body trapped in controversial buoys recently placed in the river.
This is Medically Speaking.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. No insurance? No problem. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, our membership plan starts at just $79 and costs only $35 a month. That's 2 cleanings, x-rays, and much more for just $35 a month. Learn more at WRFDC.com or PDPNW.com. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
When it comes to floors, quality matters, period. Quality is what makes the difference in floors, and it's what you can expect from the best products Empire today carries. Quality is stain and soil technology to help protect your floors from everyday accidents. Quality is water resistance, where and when you need it most. It's a durable finish that keeps scratches from leaving lasting damage. It's floors that are manufactured in America, keeping jobs close to home. Quality is knowing your floors are made by some of the best flooring brands in the world. And when life happens, quality is having peace of mind that your floors are backed by some of the best warranties around. If an issue does arise, just call us. We service all warranties ourselves so you can avoid the hassle of having to track down the manufacturer. Knowing Empire handpicks long-lasting and durable products is what makes getting new floors easy. Save $350 on your next project. Call this special number now.
1-844-254-8536. Hey fans, it's Eric the Peanut Guy from your Tri-City Dust Devils. Friday, August 4th is our Jersey Lunch Bag Giveaway, thanks to Gisa Credit Union. The first 500 fans through the gates will receive this unique piece of Dust Devils memorabilia. It's also a family feast night with $2 hot dogs and other concession items throughout the night. Then on Saturday, stick around after the action for our post-game fireworks display, presented by Teamsters Local 839. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. Now to the southern border and the growing controversy over buoys and razor wire installed to deter migrants. It comes amid reports that families are once again being separated after they arrive in Texas. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, a disturbing discovery along the Rio Grande. Security officials finding a body trapped in the buoys recently placed in the river across from Eagle Pass, Texas. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has been using the buoys and razor wire to prevent migrants from attempting river crossings. It's the only way we can cross, he says. The Mexican government condemning the buoys, saying we express our concern about the impact on the human rights and personal safety of migrants. Another concern at the border, Dozens of families now claim Texas state troopers have been separating families while detaining fathers on trespassing charges. The Texas Department of Public Safety say children have never been taken from their mothers, but there have been instances in which DPS has arrested male migrants on state charges who were with their family when the alleged crime occurred. It's a policy shift from 2021 when officials in Texas were told to keep families together. ABC's Ariel Rushev spoke with one family separated for more than 2 weeks after trying to migrate from Colombia. Like I'd never imagined before, it was a moment I couldn't control, that I worked extremely hard to create a home and that it was going to be destroyed and we would be denied all because of a decision. And more migrants are heading north from Latin America. The number of crossings at the Darien Gap, a dangerous stretch of jungle from Colombia to Panama, just hit an all-time high. More than 400,000 are expected to cross by year's end.
As for the buoys along the border, the Justice Department is suing the state of Texas, claiming the state installed them illegally. Coming up, FBI investigators say a Southern Oregon home was the scene of a disturbing kidnapping that's now prompting a much wider investigation and the search for more victims. And Riley Fitzgerald will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 591-8160.
Queensgate Gardens thanks you all for the wonderful support that you've shown us throughout this incredible spring season. We are truly honored to have such amazing customers like you. Come on down for any last-minute summer planting and check out our amazing selection at our fruit stand.
Introducing Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV. Same location, new adventures. Come celebrate and save during our grand opening sale with up to 50% off. The best prices of the year on America's favorite brands. Plus, get a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, including 24/7, 365 technical and roadside assistance and much more. Wherever you roam, we'll be there. And now save up to 50% off at Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV.
Welcome to Avira Auto Sales, your buy here, pay here, family-owned car lot. We have a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments. We work with you to get you approved. And now until the end of summer, mention this ad and get $1,000 off your purchase. So come see us today at 3310 Main Street in Union Gap, next to the Union Gap Food Mart, or visit us online at aviraAutosales.com.
The Beach Boys, the Demolition Derby, the PRCA Rodeo. Apple Valley News Now welcomes Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, August 30th through September 3rd. Enter to win fair and rodeo tickets plus more on the contest page at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
If you got bit by a shark, would you ever step foot into the water?
If a shark bit me, I'd bite it back.
Next live, Rose Byrne. Plus, it's summer school week.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. We've got a live look outside right now in Richland through the Columbia Point Skycam. Looking like a pretty clear start to our morning so far. We've definitely got a hot, sunny, and hazy day today, but we do have some overnight showers that are going to help in cooling us down for Friday. If we take a look at this haze that's coming in through our area, coming down south from Canada, and it's going to be coming east from the west side to kind of linger around our areas, especially this afternoon and into our evening. That's definitely affecting our air quality as well. We've had this haze for a while now. We see some spots of moderate air quality For the most part, we are looking pretty good, but that moderate air quality is in the northeastern part of Oregon right now. So keep an eye on, we're going to be keeping an eye on the air quality as we continue with this haze, especially through the weekend. If we take a look at our future cast, we're starting to see a little bit of these showers start to pop up, especially around the Blue Mountain region, hanging out around for our overnight hours into Friday. And by our Friday morning, seems to be popping up a little bit in the Tri-Cities and just kind of popping up through the Mid-Columbia, hanging out for some showers and possibly even some thunderstorms as well through our Friday and into our weekend. More widespread showers and thunderstorms around our areas into our weekend as well. If we take a look at our temperatures right now, we're seeing mostly upper 50s and mid to even some upper 60s around Toppenish, Hanford 65, Walla Walla 65 right now. Otherwise upper 50s around in the Tri-Cities, 60 in Yakima. Our highs for today, lower 90s for the Yakima Valley in the Mid-Columbia. We're seeing mid 90s, and the Blues are seeing those mid to lower 90s for today. But tonight we have got those overnight showers specifically down in the Blues. A chance of those showers and thunderstorms. Temps are looking nice and warm. We're cooling down just a little bit for tomorrow. Wind speeds are staying pretty low this morning, a little higher in Ellensburg and Toppenish, but they do pick up a little bit later on today, especially tonight in Ellensburg and Yakima, possibly gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Before we get into our 7-day forecast, we do have a viewer photo this morning from last night. This is from Yenny Tellez, who says they took this photo with their phone, and if you want to see your photo on Good Morning Northwest, send it to news@applevalley.newsnow.com. On to our 7-day forecasts. Our temps have dropped from the mid 90s this week to the lower 90s. We even see some 80-degree temperatures coming on later into the next work week. The Tri-Cities also is showing that haze now for a couple of days into our weekend. With those showers and thunderstorms tomorrow comes that drop in our temperatures from 95 to 91. Big drop from Thursday to Friday. It's happening in Walla Walla as well, from 94 to 88. We see that haze as well into our weekend in Walla Walla, thanks to those thunderstorms. We're going to be seeing that drop in temperatures. We're still hot, just not as hot as maybe we were going to be, but it's a hot, sunny day and a little bit of that haze across the region as we get ready for those showers that are starting tomorrow. Have a great Thursday. I'll send it back to Jill.
The Eagle Bluff fire, which is burning on both sides of the U.S.-Canada border, is now about 30% contained. Hundreds of firefighters are battling breezy and extremely dry conditions to try and get this fire under control. It's not clear how the fire started. The USDA is in the process of taking applications for community wildfire defense grants. Money for those grants comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law. The grants are intended to help create and update wildfire protection plans and for wildfire resilience projects. The USDA says last year, which was the first time the grants were available, they gave out $197 million to fund 99 projects across 22 states and 7 tribes. Federal investigators are asking for help on a disturbing case that came to light in Oregon. And we have to warn you, these details can be difficult to hear. The FBI says a woman was kidnapped from Seattle, sexually assaulted, and taken more than 400 miles to Klamath Falls, Oregon, where investigators say she was kept here in a cinder-block cell until she managed to escape.
The woman fought for her life, beating the doors and the walls of this cell with bloodied hands. Through her perseverance, she broke free and waved down a passing motorist, asking for their help to call 911. The victim's focus, actions, and her will to survive triggered a law enforcement response that may have actually saved many other women from a similar nightmare.
The FBI tracked down this man, 29-year-old Nagassi Zuberi, in Reno, Nevada, the next day. But investigators say they've tied him to at least 4 more crimes, and they're concerned that other victims may be out there.
The disturbing evidence uncovered to date points to an individual's ongoing and escalating pattern of violence targeting women in multiple states throughout the country. Sadly, we believe there are more victims, as well as persons out there who might have vital information relevant to our ongoing investigation.
Investigators say he used several different methods to get control of his victims, like impersonating an officer or drugging drinks, and would threaten them with retaliation if they reported his crimes. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, college can be a big adjustment for most students. And when we come back, we'll tell you how you can make a mental health plan with your incoming freshmen to make sure they're mentally ready to take on the school year.
You ready?
More than ready.
Blue Compass RV has over 100 dealerships coast to coast. So we're with you today, tomorrow, and the road ahead. It's a little something we like to call peace of mind.
Well, here we are, mile marker 0.
More like mile 3,652.
Blue Compass RV.
Let's take the long way home.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home. Top Tree Service is committed to providing the best service and experience possible, from the first call to schedule your estimate through our final after-service follow-up call, ensuring complete satisfaction. Your trees are valuable assets, and we ensure our ISA-certified arborists will protect your investment. The health and safety of your trees are our top priority. Call today to schedule a free estimate and experience the Top Tree Service difference for yourself.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Time right now is 6:27. Welcome back. Soon, colleges and university will be opening their doors for the fall semester. But before incoming freshmen arrive on campus, experts say they should make a mental health plan. Here's ABC's Rena Roy with what students and parents should think about ahead of the school year.
Going to college can be a big life change.
Things are changing academically, making new social connections. Some people are leaving home to go to college.
And Dr. Laura Erickson Schroth at the JED Foundation, a nonprofit that focuses on teen and young adult mental health, says the transition can impact students' mental well-being.
Anyone, even those young people who don't have prior mental health struggles, can have a hard time adjusting.
Dr. Erickson Schroth's advice to those starting college is to think about community and connection, which she says are the keys to good mental health.
If you have friends and family that you're leaving behind and connections to teachers and coaches, you're going to have to reestablish those kinds of relationships. So think about maybe clubs you want to join.
Remember to exercise.
And it doesn't mean you have to join the gym or a sports team. You can do things like yoga, walking, dancing, anything where you're moving your body.
Prioritize sleep.
Sleep really changes when you go to college. You're not living at home with your family where you may have a curfew or a time that you need to go to bed. Now that's all up to you.
And if something's not feeling right, reach out for help. Different schools have different mental health services, and Dr. Erickson Schroth suggests reaching out with questions before difficulties arise.
You can say, what types of therapy are available? How many sessions are there? Are they free? Can I use my insurance?
If students already have a therapist, make a plan to continue treatment to avoid gaps in care.
Are you going to be sticking with that treatment team? So is your therapist able to see you for telehealth sessions? Are they licensed in the state where you're going to school?
Dr. Erickson Schroth encourages parents of first-time college students to make sure their child knows they can reach out if they're having a hard time.
You can never tell your kids that you love them enough. Say it over and over again. Let them know that no matter what's going on with them, they can always come to you.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
If you are experiencing a mental health or emotional crisis, call or text the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline 24/7 at 988 to speak with a trained counselor for free and confidential support. Coming up, Washington prepares as former President Donald Trump is expected in court today for arraignment on charges of attempting to overthrow the 2020 election.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course! It's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary sale.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
We love to prank the ones we love. I like that it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yet.
What is going on?
Oh, geez. Ah! Who did this?
This is
the guy. Me.
Okay. Oh my God. How y'all going to hell?
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease, and my doctors in Spokane strongly encouraged me to change careers. It's just amazing. Just recently I had a need for a walker. Right there it was. If I need any supplies, they're there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
More Furniture is rolling back prices, and we've got incredible values to create a bedroom sanctuary. Get that coastal cottage vibe with this solid wood bed for only $2.99. Or upgrade with beautifully crafted storage pieces when you add dresser, mirror, and nightstand and complete the set for only $9.75. The dreamiest bedroom awaits under $1,000, but this offer is only for a limited time while supplies last. Only at More Furniture, where everyone buys furniture for less.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bathfitter will remodel your bath in as little as one day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist put you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
The Killer Ferry on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Former President Trump is expected to be arraigned today on charges related to the 2020 presidential election. And the Capitol was put on lockdown yesterday after authorities received a report of a possible active shooter.
And there's a chance of thunderstorms and showers that are on the way, but first we've got to get through this hot, sunny, and hazy day. We'll talk about it in my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
So Riley, I always love to hear about possible precipitation in the forecast, especially when it's been so dry for so long.
Exactly.
But my concern is with wildfires, so hopefully this doesn't spark any wildfires if there are thunderstorms on the way.
Yes, definitely hope to keep those on the low as we get some of these thunderstorms potentially over the weekend, but we're kind of looking forward to this rain. We haven't seen rain in a couple of weeks, and we've
really
had
helpful.
extremely dry conditions. Let's take a live look outside right now in Richland. We're going to be seeing the clear and dry day that we've had so far, kind of similar to what we've had basically all this week, a lot of last week as well. These clear days, very dry. Got something similar today. It's a hot, sunny, and hazy day for us, but luckily, as we were talking about, these overnight showers kind of staying around the Blue Mountain region are going to be cooling us down, as well as, bringing in some water that we haven't seen in quite a while. If we take a look at our daily planner, 93 degrees for Yakima. We're not seeing the haze in Yakima. We may see a couple clouds, however, 93, so staying in the lower 90s, a nice cool day. Mid-90s in the Tri-Cities, and this is where we're seeing that haze also hanging out through our weekend as well. In Walla Walla, 94, also seeing that haze across the region. We're going to be seeing that those potential showers coming up overnight and tomorrow, especially across the Blue Mountain region, but we'll talk about that in my full forecast that's coming up. Jill, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. Now to the unprecedented scene out of Washington. Former President Donald Trump set to make his first appearance today in a Washington federal courtroom on charges of plotting to overturn his 2020 election defeat. Security is being ramped up around the area for today's hearing. Last night, the former president slamming the case as a scandal. ABC's Em Nguyen is at the courthouse this morning.
This morning, around the federal courthouse in Washington, metal barricades going up, all in preparation for Donald Trump's first court appearance here. The former president facing new criminal charges that he tried to overturn the 2020 election results, even though he knew he lost.
Since the attack on our Capitol, the Department of Justice has remained committed to ensuring accountability for those criminally responsible for what happened that day.
Outside the court today, expected road closures and heightened law enforcement presence. The Secret Service working with Metropolitan Police, U.S. Marshals Service, Capitol Police, and other agencies telling ABC News they're confident they can ensure the highest level of safety and security for the former president.
He's going to be processed. He's going to be advised of the charges against him. He's going to enter a plea of not guilty.
Trump facing 4 new felony charges, including conspiracy to defraud the United States and conspiracy against rights. The indictment handed down Tuesday accuses Trump of pressuring his former Vice President Mike Pence to reject legitimate electoral votes on January 6th. Trump's attorney on CNN arguing his client's request wasn't criminal.
And the final ask that Mr. Trump made to Vice President Pence was simply pause the voting.
Pence firing back.
It wasn't just that they asked for a pause. The president specifically asked me, and his gaggle of crackpot lawyers asked me to literally reject votes.
Obama-appointed Judge Tanya Chutkan will preside over this case. She has handed down some of the toughest sentences so far to January 6 rioters. The former president again slamming this case as election interference. Trump had the option to attend today's arraignment virtually, but will appear in person and be digitally fingerprinted. A mugshot is not expected to be taken. Em Nguyen, ABC News, outside the courthouse.
Capitol Police say a concerning phone call about an active shooter on Capitol Hill Wednesday afternoon may have been bogus. Following the call, some staff fled the Russell office building, and others on the Senate side of the Capitol were instructed to shelter in place. Chief Tom Manger said at a press briefing there was no confirmation of an active shooter after more than 200 police officers went door to door to make sure everything was fine. And all 3 Senate office buildings were given the all clear. A spokesperson for the Metropolitan Police Department said they are, quote, unable to substantiate the call. Lawmakers are out of Washington on their August recess. Riley Fitzgerald returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Hot conditions for your Thursday, more haze today, but a change is coming quickly to your weather. I'll tell you about the overnight showers we're going to be experiencing in your extended forecast coming up.
Plus, popular toy company Mattel is looking for a chief Uno player to spread the word about its new Uno Quattro family game, and it's offering good money to do so.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot, where could she?
Hey everybody, I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. We're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One of our favorite dishes here is the Keto Bowl. It's loaded with delicious vegetables such as squash, zucchini, broccoli, and then you get to pick your protein, such as smoked Polish sausage, chicken, shrimp, or steak. Another favorite dish we have here is our meatball sub. You have to try this. It is delicious. We love to get to know each customer, and we want you to feel like family when you're here. We can't wait to see you at the Village Bistro.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fry first on a $7 meal deal. Ooh, or is it dessert first? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger. Chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe I got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
The Beach Boys, the Demolition Derby, the PRCA Rodeo. Apple Valley News Now welcomes Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, August 30th through September 3rd. Enter to win fair and rodeo tickets plus more on the contest page at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
If you got bit by a shark, would you ever step foot into the water?
If a shark bit me, I'd bite it back.
Next live, Rose Byrne. Plus, it's summer school week.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Well, they say all work and no play is dull. So how about playing as a job? Mattel is looking for a chief Uno player, and it's dealing out big money for the role. It says the chosen candidate will earn more than $4,000 a week for 4 weeks in New York City.
The job entails challenging strangers to play the new Uno Quattro family game. It also requires the player to make social media content involving Uno products. Mattel is accepting applications now, and the job is set to start next month. Those of you who are young at heart can apply, but not those younger than 18.
Okay, well, sign me up. That sounds really fun. I love games. I'm very competitive, but I don't always win.
Are you a big Uno fan?
I have Uno. I haven't played it in a really long time, but now I'm thinking I need to pull it out and play it again.
I haven't had like a family game night in so long, and I have a lot of Tri-Cities-opoly I have, and it's in the package still because we haven't broken it out, but we've been really looking forward to breaking it open, maybe learning a little bit more about the Tri-Cities.
That's excellent. I love that.
Yeah. And speaking of the Tri-Cities, well, let's take a live look outside right now in Richland, looking like, well, a beautiful morning, very clear. So far, we might get some haze. I'll have your first alert weather forecast coming up.
Plus, manufacturers of diabetes drug popular for aiding in weight loss are facing a lawsuit regarding alleged side effects. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting, and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course, it's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary, and we're having a gigantic sale.
Take advantage of our best prices of the year.
And interest-free financing.
David, you do know anniversaries only come once a year, right?
Yes, and if you miss ours, you'll be sorry.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
I'm currently out of the office, focusing on a little blue sky thinking. I'll be taking meetings with family and friends and checking voicemail as my activities permit. I'll connect with you after reconnecting with me. Get 1.9% APR plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
This newscast sponsored by Dairy Queen. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Taking a live look outside right now in Richland through our Columbia Point Skycam, looking like a nice and clear start to our morning. We've definitely got a day ahead like we've had very similarly for the rest of the week. Hot, sunny, and hazy today. We do have some overnight showers that are going to be helping us to cool down a little bit for our Friday. Let's take a look at this haze and the smoke coming down from Canada, coming across from the west side to make its way over to the Tri-Cities in Walla Walla in particularly, avoiding the Yakima area a little bit by this evening. But we are going to be seeing a little bit of an impact for our air quality. We are seeing just a little bit, we're seeing very good air quality across the region right now. Earlier today, we did have a little bit of moderate air quality in the northeastern section of Oregon, but right now it looks like we're back in the good, which is fantastic to hear. If we take a look at our futurecast, we're going to be seeing a very clear start to our morning. As we make our way a little further on in the day, we do start to see some showers pop up in the Blue Mountain region. They're going to be hanging out in the blues for overnight. And then by Friday morning, that's when we start to see them pop up a little bit more throughout the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla, even in Pendleton. Hanging out, we might see some more showers throughout our Friday afternoon and into our evening, possibly even a thunderstorm. So if you see some rain or if you see some showers, those are in the forecast for our Friday and even into our weekend ahead. We take a look at our temps right now. Well, we're seeing mostly upper 50s and the 60s around the region. We're seeing 60 in Yakima, Connell, Prosser, 66 in Walla Walla right now. So staying pretty nice as you make your way out the door this morning. Take a look at our highs for today. Lower 90s for the Yakima Valley. Mid-Columbia is seeing those mid 90s, and the Blues, we're going to be seeing the lower 90s as well. Tonight, across our region, we're going to be seeing those overnight showers, especially down in the Blues. Chance of thunderstorms down there. Other than that, we're staying mostly clear throughout our region in the 60s, lower 60s to even the upper 60s for this evening. Let's take a look at our wind speeds for today. Mostly pretty low so far this morning. They're going to be starting to pick up a little bit on our futurecast as we get into this evening, especially in Yakima and Ellensburg, possibly gusts of up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Before we get into our 7-day forecast, we have a viewer photo from last night. This is from Yenny Tellez, who says they took this photo with their phone. I'd love to know what kind of phone this is. If you want to see your photo on Good Morning Northwest, send it into news@applevalley.newsnow.com. For our 7-day forecast, well, our temps have dropped from the mid-90s expected this week to the lower 90s. We're even seeing some 80s up there for the first time in a while. The Tri-Cities is showing that haze for looks like a couple days into our weekend. Those thunderstorms and showers that we might see on Friday, acting to drop our temperatures from our Thursday to our Friday, and we're seeing that as well in Walla Walla thanks to those thunderstorms and rain. We're still hot, just not as hot as we thought we were going to be. So it's a hot, sunny, and hazy day across the region as we get ready for the showers to start tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.
We turn now to a new legal battle over the popular drugs Ozempic and Mounjaro, increasingly being used for weight loss. It comes as some patients report so-called stomach paralysis. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, the manufacturers of Ozempic and Mounjaro, the diabetes drug popular for aiding in weight loss, are facing a lawsuit regarding alleged side effects. Demand for Ozempic and Mounjaro exploded as people documented their success stories using the drugs, which are approved to treat type 2 diabetes, but can also be prescribed off-label for weight loss. In the new lawsuit, a woman says she lost 150 pounds, but claims the manufacturers failed to adequately warn about the risk of gastroparesis, a condition in which the movement of food out of the stomach slows or stops. She has not yet been officially diagnosed with the condition.
Her problems have been so severe that she's been to the emergency room multiple times, including last weekend.
ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darian Sutton says so-called stomach paralysis has been seen in isolated cases, but has not been seen in large studies.
It is absolutely brutal. Patients often come in with severe dehydration and electrolyte abnormalities, and many have their symptoms are so difficult to control that they have to be admitted to the hospital.
The drugs come with clear warnings about side effects like nausea and vomiting, and a warning about a delay in gastric emptying is on the label. And the drug makers say the medication has been extensively studied. Novo Nordisk, maker of Ozempic, saying gastrointestinal events are well-known side effects, adding the majority are mild to moderate and typically only occur for a short duration. Eli Lilly, maker of Mounjaro, tells ABC News, "We actively engage in monitoring and reporting safety information for all our medicines." Meanwhile, many employers are now cutting off insurance coverage for similar weight loss drugs, which can cost more than $1,300 a month, straining employer-funded health plans.
As for the new lawsuit, Novo Nordisk said extreme gastric problems can have a variety of causes, including diabetes itself. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a family's plea.
We love you, Travis. Come home.
It's been just over 2 weeks since U.S. Army Private Second Class Travis King ran across the demilitarized zone into North Korea. King, reportedly pictured here, the 23-year-old Army private dressed in black moments before he dashed across the border. North Korea acknowledging this week that Travis crossed and that they are now investigating the matter. And this morning, his mother and uncle are speaking out to GMA.
That's not Travis. Travis would not just go over the border like that. He would have wanted to come home.
We don't know how he's being treated. We don't know if he's eaten. We don't know if he's being tortured. We don't know if he's being interrogated. We don't know anything.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on Travis King's detainment and get live reaction from Secretary of State Antony Blinken. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
With Allegra, allergies don't hold us back. Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. And unlike Zyrtec, it won't make us drowsy. Allegra gives you the fastest, non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief so you can live your greatness.
In 18 years, Grant Gill will become an improv legend. That's why he's preparing for it now, with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
All right, here we go. The sheriff is here. That's me. I'm the sheriff. We're going to do things the old school way, the tried and true football way.
Boring! I mean, the guy gets football, but he just didn't get us youths.
Enough was enough. We had to show him how we play.
Come to find out, I'm a natural touchdown dancer.
He was terrible, but he had fun. That's what this game's all about.
Right, that's good, that's good.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:54. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Votes are being counted in Washington's August primary. While the primary is typically used to narrow down races for public office, this year some voters were asked to weigh in on special issues as well. The effort to recall 3 Richland School Board members appears on its way to passing so far. If Semi Bird, Audra Bird, and Carrie Williams are recalled, they will have to leave their positions on the Richland School Board, and others will be selected to finish out their terms. A recall would not stop board members from running again or from holding office in the future. Carrie Williams is running for re-election, and so far it looks like she is likely to advance to the November ballot. In Yakima County, Fire District 3 is asking for a multi-year levy lid lift. Officials say they need a bigger property tax rate hike than usual in order to fund fire protection and emergency services. So far, 59% of voters are in favor and 41% are opposed. Walla Walla Fire District 2 has a similar proposal on the ballot. The latest numbers show 61% in favor and 39% opposed. The latest effort in the establishment of a recovery center in Benton and Franklin counties. The provider that will be contracted for the crisis services is Comprehensive Health Care, headquartered in Yakima. The chair for the Benton-Franklin Behavioral Health Advisory Committee says when people in crisis don't have a proper place to go, they end up in 3 inappropriate places. Those are an emergency room, a jail, or with no services at all, oftentimes in a cycle of crisis with no resolution.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. A live look outside right now in Richland through the Columbia Point Skycam, showing us a very clear start to our morning. If we take a look at what's ahead, hot, sunny, and hazy day today, very similar to what we've been seeing now just about all week, but we do have some overnight showers this evening. It's going to help cool us down for Friday. First, let's take a look at our temperatures right now. Mostly 50s and 60s across the board, so pretty nice start as you make your way out the door this morning. 66 in Walla Walla, 59 in the Tri-Cities, and 64 Yakima. Let's take a look at our futurecast and take a look at these showers that are starting to pop up in the blues this afternoon. Overnight, they hang out a little bit down there as well, and by tomorrow morning, you may see a shower, possibly even a thunderstorm across your area by Thursday, and possibly even some widespread showers for your weekend ahead. If we take a look at this, lots and lots of rain, definitely something that we have not been seeing for quite a while. Let's take a look at our highs for today, mostly lower 90s in the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we're seeing mid-90s, and the Blues are seeing mid to lower 90s. So a beautiful day, hot, hazy, and we've got some good conditions today, possibly even some rain for this coming weekend. Jill, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Your local news is back tonight at 5. You can find the latest at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.